Hey gang, Jesse over here at EC Auto Repair, coming to you with another video about automatic transmissions. So we sell a lot of automatic transmissions, and when these vehicles get to us, they come in on the wrecker, meaning this vehicle doesn't drive no more. I've seen vehicles come in that have less than 100,000 miles on them that we're having to put a transmission in. I see multiple vehicles at around 120,000 miles that have to have a transmission put in. So I always go back and look at those scenarios, and every time it's simply because that system wasn't maintained with high quality fluid like it should have been at the intervals that I'm going to recommend here. So according to BG, which BG does a lot of consulting for major manufacturers like GM, Ford, Chevy, different ones like that, okay? So what GM tells us to do is change out fluid using the proper service with the proper chemicals every 30,000 miles. So that's what I'm going to tell you to do, is do these fluid services every 30,000 miles, okay? So one of the questions that comes up is, what about the filter? What about dropping the pan? And you know, so great question. 25 years ago, whenever you dropped the pan on an automatic transmission, it was indeed a filter or a paper filter of some sort. It was designed to catch debris, metal shavings, so on and so forth. Honestly though, on these newer vehicles, the vehicles that a majority of the vehicles that are on the road today, they don't really have a filter. The manufacturer might call it a filter, but whenever you drop the pan and you actually look at that thing, I've seen some of them that are simply only a wire screen, and it's not even a filter anymore. So there's nothing in there that's actually going to trap or entrap pieces of debris, pieces of metal shavings, filter the oil so that it's cleaner. It's simply a screen to keep it from picking up any big chunks of something that might break inside there. So what BG tells us to do, what we're being told to do when we do these services, is do not drop the pan. Don't disturb that system at all. In fact, they claim there's actually more contamination introduced into the system by doing a pan drop than it is whenever we just simply hook up our PXT machine to that automatic transmission system. We do the fluid exchange. We're able to flush out the cooler, the transmission oil cooler, the torque converter, the transmission, all the valves, all the solenoids, all the spool valves, all the clutches, all the different components inside that system that make that transmission work the way that it's supposed to do it. You do that every 30,000 miles. Why do I recommend the BG oil? Here's one of the reasons that we recommend the BG oil with the conditioner. The BG oil simply has a higher temperature range before it breaks down. There's other brands of oil in the market, but when they hit a certain temperature point or a certain boiling point, that oil will actually begin to lose its viscosity and that oil will break down. The temperature range and the boiling point on the BG oil is way higher, and so therefore it can handle a lot more heat and abuse before that oil begins to break down. So great investment for the value. You know, you can do a transmission flush, and then you know, you're good for 30,000 miles. Everybody has different driving habits. For me, that's about once a year in my vehicle. For most Americans, that's every couple of years. Transmission flush costs roughly $350 bucks. Brand new transmission costs anywhere from $500 to $9,500. You know, so $5,000 to $9,500, somewhere in there. So the $300, guess what? Just imagine for a minute that it didn't work. Just imagine that you still had to replace your transmission at some point. If I was able to gain you another 30, 60, 90,000 miles for $300, $600, $900, is it still a great investment? In my opinion, it is. Let me know your thoughts. I'll see you in the next video.